A very good morning to our viewers. I'm Yashir and you're watching Good Morning Nagaland.
Sabonake Good Morning episode sagat kurese mula nam Rovinyo Lama. Itia amikan mohala din shuru kuru karne mohala ita Bible passage sabo.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28.
We will now refresh ourselves with the thought of the day.
Keep your eyes open on the stars and your feet on the ground. Theodore Roosevelt. Keep your eyes open on the stars and your feet on the ground. Theodore Roosevelt.
Well, that was indeed a very good thought. Now we shall look into today's top headlines.
Government of Nagaland appoints 3 Indian Administrative Service officers as Deputy Commissioners of new districts, namely Chimneyu, Newland and Chimukidima.
Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee President K. Thierry condemned resolution passed by NLA on the Mount killing incident. Thierry states, people want justice, not apology.
No fresh COVID-19 cases, recoveries and death have been recorded in the last 24 hours in the state. State's COVID-19 tally now stands at 32,170 with 83 active cases and 685 deaths.
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will hold pre-budget consultation with prominent economists on Wednesday in connection with forthcoming general budget.
Union Minister Smriti Irani introduced the Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill 2021 that seeks to increase the legal minimum age for women to marry to 21 years. We now have print preview, so let us review some local dailies of Nagaland. So the first news from the Eastern Mirror that I'll be taking is bill to increase marriageable age of women to 21 years introduced in Lok Sabha. A bill that seeks to fix 21 years as the uniform age of marriage for women and men was introduced in Lok Sabha on Tuesday, with Union Minister Smriti Irani terming the move a decisive step in the country's history. A bill seeking to bring legal marriageable age for women at par with that of men was introduced in the Lok Sabha on Tuesday amid massive protest by the opposition and was referred to a parliamentary panel for further scrutiny by the lower house following a voice note. The introduction of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill 2021 was opposed by some members who contended that the move infringed upon several personal laws in violation of fundamental rights and demanded that it be referred to a parliamentary panel for greater scrutiny. Soon after introduction of the bills, Irani, the Women and Child Development Minister, urged the chair to refer it to a standing committee. The bill seeks to increase the legal age of women to marry to 21 years, which was earlier 18, as we all know, bringing at par with those of men. It seeks to amend 7 personal laws: the Indian Christian Marriage Act, the Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act, the Muslim Personal Law Shariat Application Act, the Special Marriage Act, the Hindu Marriage Act, and the Foreign Marriage Act. The next lead that I'll be moving forward is to the state government appoints DCs for new districts. As we all know that Chimneyu, Newland and Chimukidima have been declared as the new districts. The Nagaland government has appointed three new DCs for the newly formed districts. Following the state cabinet's decision for creation of 3 new districts, Chimanyu, Newland and Chimukadima, the government of Nagaland on Tuesday appointed 3 Indian Administrative Service officers as deputy commissioners of the new districts. A notification by the Department of Personal and Administrative Reform stated that the governor of the state had ordered the transfer and posting of the officers with immediate effect with the interest of public service. According to the order, the additional Secretary Home, Dr. Zase Koli Chusi, is transferred and posted as Deputy Commissioner of Chimanyu, while ADC Prungro Abhinav Shivam is transferred and posted as Deputy Commissioner of Chumukidima, and ADC Twinsang Ajit Kumar is transferred and posted as Deputy Commissioner of Newland. We also have a good news here. No new COVID-19 cases have been reported in the state. According to an update from the Department of Health and Family Welfare, Nagaland has not reported any of the COVID-19 cases, and the total tally stands and it has remained unchanged at 32,170 with 83 active case loads, with recoveries 30,317 and death stands at 685. Out of 83 active cases in the state, 66 are asymptomatic, 13 mild and 1 in ICU on ventilation. In terms of distribution of active cases, Dimapur has 62 cases, 18 in Kohima and 3 in Mokokchung, while the rest of the districts are currently COVID-free. So now I'll be
So ita moi purbo thaka to ita do the power of truth morong express te se ko kine janaise. So moi ite ba first elite luato December 23 holiday for banks and financial institutions in Nagaland. So ite ajito December 22 ase, so kali tate to state government pra DIPR notify kurishe ke December 23 to sob Thursday to jua kali ho thaka to kali to tai to bank khan financial institution Nagaland under to ki kun ahe etu khan sob to bonus etu to under the negotiable instrument Act 1881 laga under la te ase to kali to etu han bon thakibu ne etu khobor janai di ase aru moi second puru thaka to Nagaland farmers advised to adopt proper land use planning. So, Nagaland Agriculture Production Commissioner advised the farmer of the state to make judicious and sustainable use of land by adopting proper land use planning for increasing ecological and livelihood security. Issuing a 6-point farmer advisory on Tuesday, the APCY Hikato Sema said although the traditional jhum cultivation is a way of life for the Nagas, it is neither economical, remunerable, nor ecologically sustainable in the long run. To Amihan Generation Nagaland to jhum cultivation is Chile. Enganishna itu to Amihan karne ekta lifeline thakilibi Amihan la khawale laga pindule laga thakishikulibi. Halibi itu to long run karne nohoy kuche. Enganishna with the onslaught of COVID-19 pandemic and drought situation in the current year, he said the farmer advisory services was essential as farmer may have to change from the traditional farming to improve modern farming practices. And yes, I do agree that traditional farming is good, but then ajali la situation is up to COVID pandemic. Aigine mahala economic disturb kuda bishite to type prabi aro ami khan prabi to modern farming to shikibu lage kisan khan ami hala farmers khan koine ele janai sha taiba. He also recommended the diversification of crop by cultivating climate resilient crops and mixed cropping in order to cope with uncertainty of climate factors so that farmers safeguard themselves against monocrop culture failure. So idu mura second lead thagishe to third lead to moi Omicron 3 times more transmissible than Delta? Gear up, center caution. So, it is the new COVID variant. I mean, nutun COVID variant nam Omicron da se. So, 3 bar parabi phelibo pare Delta variant ki hisab kurchikule. It is the American Union Health Ministry bura jana diala se. So, based on current scientific evidence, the variant concerned Omicron is at least 3 times more transmissible than the Delta variant. Besides, the Delta VOC is still present in different part of the country. Hence, even greater foresight, data analysis, a dynamic decision to making and strict and prompt containment action is required at the local and district level. Hosa say to American COVID thake apra American la para to American kishim measures kan lobo lage itu oporde larai kuru karne. The center has asked state to review the emergency data, emerging data of COVID-19 affected population, geographically spread, hospital infrastructure, and its utilization manpower, notifying containment zone and enforcement of perimeter of containment zone at the district level. So, it center pravi pradesh ke mang kure se ki ete hospital te hobi, geographical area te hobi, infrastructure la site te bi hobi, nolbi etu dawai khan use kura laga nolbi manpower lagi thaka laga itu khan aru containment zone aru tahan ki measures khan loshi itu khan do center ke janai dibi ko kine ete tahan binti kurise ko kine itu amila tinta topic, that is December 23 holiday for bank financial institution in Nagaland, and the second one is Nagaland farmer advised to adopt proper land use planning, and the third one is Omicron 3 times more transmissible than Delta, gear up, center caution. Itu tinta asuko kine yete pura itu Eastern Mirror paper aro yete la Morning Express paper bi yete samat kures. Now it's time to learn some facts of the day.
National Mathematics Day is celebrated on December 22 in India. Meghan Trainor, an American singer and songwriter, was born on December 22, 1993.
Well, we have a beautiful melody now, so let us come listen to it. Dear viewers, this is all for the day, but let us check today's weather updates before we leave. Wishing you all a very good day ahead.
Sab monike bhal din laga salam.